the Imperial Court. The sooner we deal with the threats to the Empress, the better. The political situation in the Empire is dangerously unstable. It will complicate matters.
Everything in the Empire complicates matters. It's the Orlesian national pastime.
Turn your nose up at the grand game if you like, Commander, but we play for the higher stakes, and to the death.
The Court's disapproval can be as great a threat as the Venatori. We must be vigilant to avert disaster.
Don't worry, Josephine. We'll protect the Empress, no matter what.
I pray you're right. If your vision of the future comes to pass, the death of the Empress heralds the destruction of everything. Orlais holds Tevinter at bay. All of Thedas could be lost if the Empire falls to Corypheus. Celine is holding peace talks under the auspices of a grand masquerade. Every power in Orlais will be there. It's the perfect place for an assassin to hide.
Does Celine know about the threats against her? Can we send word?
I've sent messages to the Empress, but it's impossible to know if she's received them. I'll arrange for an invitation at your discretion, Inquisitor.
Barrick, ¿has traído a quien yo creo que has traído? ¿Dónde está? Bueno, el personaje que creo que Barrick ha traído es un mago.
Look at this place. It's a bloody palace it is. Fit for a king, eh?
¿Por qué me desaparece? Cole. Después. La curiosidad me está quemando.
What was this place? So much room for whatever was here.
Y si es quien yo creo que es el único personaje que ha salido en los 3 Dragon Age. ¡Barrick! ¿Dónde coño te escondes?
Sister Leliana will want access to the birds. Get the cages up here. Quickly.
sea, hasta allí, a esta altura. En la otra punta.
Majestic. How was a place like this ever lost?
Oh, cerca. Muy cerca. ¿Y tu amigo? Porque no será Isabela, ¿verdad? Sí, es el mago, tío. Lo es.
Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
No, es el protagonista de...
Hawk, the Inquisitor. I figured you might
del
have
segundo
some
Dragon
friendly
Age.
advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him, after all.
This view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first. But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
You're lucky it was just a single city. I've got half of Thedas.
You're doing everything you can to protect them.
Does it ever get any easier?
I'll let you know. I don't envy you, Inquisitor. But I may be able to help you.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
If that's what happened to the Wardens, do you think we can free them?
It's possible. But we need to know more first. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Stroud. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
Corypheus had Templars with him at Haven. They looked like they'd been exposed to the lyrium you describe.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
I'll take any lead I can get at the moment.
Good. I'll do whatever I can to help. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor.
Assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general, but he thinks highly of the Inquisition.
Where did you go after the mages rebelled?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march to Kirkwall to put down the rebellion. I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her forces to come after me. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles started rising up, and the exalted march never came.
Varric said you were the champion of Kirkwall. I've only heard a little about what happened there.
What happened at Kirkwall was the same thing that happened everywhere. Fearful of blood magic and abominations, the Templars brutally suppressed the Circle. And in their desperation to survive, the mages of the Circle turned to blood magic, or became abominations. Finally, a rebel mage named Anders destroyed Kirkwall's chantry.
Ese era el que yo creía que había venido.
I heard that Anders was your friend. What was he like?
I don't know if there ever was just Anders. He was crazy. By the end, there was nothing left in him except this insane need to start a war no one could win.
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
When the Wardens began acting strangely, I had my friend Aveline take my brother out of the Free Marches. My uncle Gamlen's still in Kirkwall. And everyone else I used to know, they've pretty much scattered to the winds.
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. They used my father's blood in a ritual to seal Corypheus inside. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts. He sent them after me. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground. Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter magic. But he was dead. I swear it.
¿Habéis visto lo que está pasando?
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you at Crestwood.
¿Habéis visto al tío ese caminar por aquí y de repente aparecer ahí arriba? Vale, que sí. Esa altura me matará. Pues no. A la mesa de guerra. Bueno, pues voy a ver en qué región estoy. Joder, qué desastre de castillo, tío. Veamos. Por fin. Joder, si hay cosas desbloqueadas ahora. Wow. Esta me interesa, pero solamente tengo 3 puntos y necesitaría un par de puntos más. Uf. Bueno, en cualquier caso. ¿Cuántas cositas hay por aquí?
How are the rescue efforts? Have they found anyone alive?
Excavation is slow, as you can imagine.
De Nerim.
Let us begin.
All right.
Inquisitor.
Vale, pues nada. No voy a empezar otra misión de estas largas ahora. Me iré dando un par de vueltas por ahí a ver qué novedades hay. Y el castillo, bueno, pues imagino que poco a poco se irá poniendo al sitio. Que ahora mismo parece... ¡fua! Menos un castillo, cualquier cosa. Ah, el guarda, coño. El guarda, por supuesto.
The city has agreed to send us 5 dozen guardsmen.
Not raw recruits. With luck, they'll know which end to grip a sword by.
Are you all right, Leliana?
Are you?
I suppose not. Haven was trying.
Sí. Al guarda, pues por supuesto voy a necesitar un guarda. Barrick. Hostia, Gol, no he ido a hablar con él. Ah, no puedo tirar para atrás. Qué fallo más gordo. Bueno, pues según parece esto es un tercio de la misión principal. También es cierto que he hecho un huevo de misiones secundarias. Pero bueno, como tampoco tengo así nada a la vista que le quiera meter mano, posiblemente después de esto empiece ya con el... Ouch, con el Nier. Y alguna coseja más.
Good to see you safe, Inquisitor. We've got trouble ahead.
I'm sure it's nothing the Inquisition can't handle.
Careful, Your Worship. That optimism might be catching.
The thing's that bad.
Crestwood was the site of a flood 10 years ago during the Blight. It's not the only rift in the area, but after it appeared, corpses started walking out of the lake. You'll have to fight through them to get to the cave where Sir Hawke's Grey Warden friend is hiding.
Have any undead attacked the camp?
We've had a few shamblers, but most head toward the village below. Maybe someone in Crestwood can tell you how to get to the rift in the lake. Maker knows they'll want help. Good luck, and please be safe.
This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
Bien, a ver. Claro, aquí no hay nada descubierto, o sea que... Bueno, esto me pilla de camino, o sea que primero esto.
To get to the rift in the lake.
Does that rift mean water is pouring into the Fade right now?
Maybe the locals will lend us a boat.
Enemigos contra... aliados. La hostia, le acabo de meter un piñote de 1456. Y sigue en pie.
I find the fall of the Dwarven lands confusing.
What's so confusing about endless darkspawn?
Coño, un guarda gris aquí.
Although that is a...
The Grey Wardens thank you for your aid, Inquisitor.
Will you stay to fight the undead here?
My orders forbid it. Crestwood was only a detour. Is that all the aid we can offer these people? If the Inquisition can help, I beg you to do what you can. The villagers have already lost too many.
What are you doing in Crestwood?
A warden named Stroud is wanted for questioning. We heard he'd passed through here, but the villagers knew nothing. They have troubles enough.
What have you been told about this rogue warden?
Warden Commander Clarel ordered his capture. I can say no more than that. I hope Sir Stroud comes with us peacefully. I trained under him for a time. He's a good man, I'm sure of that.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Sir, are you sure we can't help the village?
Joder, tío. Saquear donativos. Hombre, mira lo que hay por ahí.
None of those wardens mentioned a new leader. I don't think they're part of Corypheus's plot to seize the Order.
Or some of the best liars I've ever seen. No, you're right. They're probably clueless.
I hope Hawke's warden friend has answers for us.
Ay, ay, peleando en el arbusto. Por cierto, me habéis cambiado una habilidad de sitio y no me gusta ni un pelo. Coño. Vale, y ahora aquí ya sí que pongo la otra. ¿Qué nos ha asignado, coño? Ahora. Mejor. Un cofre aquí en medio de la nada, prácticamente.
Undead by the gates.
Ready when you are.
Tiger uppercut.
Thanks for your help, but I feel we haven't seen the end of these creatures.
How many did we lose?
No one this time.
Did you see? The corpses are coming from where all...
Maker, it's the end of the world.
Vaya, justo ahora que tengo la habilidad para abrir cerraduras chungas, me encuentro con esto. Con tablones cruzados. Muy bien. Qué ironía.
Why doesn't Judith live in the village while this is going on? Maker, if something happens...
Are you looking for someone named Judith?
Oh, was I speaking out loud? Judith lives outside the village. I asked her to hide here when the undead came, but she wouldn't hear it.
Why not?
Why wouldn't she hide where it's safer?
Likes her space, she says. I told Judith my house was big enough. Me and the boy could sleep in the barn if she wanted room. She turned me down.
Good day to you.
And to you.
Bueno, Judith rechazó una oferta generosa, así que tendrá que esperar.
Let's talk about your dark and troubled past.
Excuse me?
Well, you have one, of course. Someone dear to you, someone you failed to save. Or a grave error in judgment, causing too many deaths. I've known a couple of people like that. Oh, maybe betrayal, that's always good.
No.
Well, you've got to give me something.
No, I don't. This conversation is over.
Touchy.
The Inquisitor? Oh, Mayor Dedrick of Crestwood Village. At your service, despite everything. Are you here to stop the undead?
We will, right? I mean, these people are terrified.
The undead are appearing because of a rift in the Fade. How can I get to it?
The light in the lake. It's coming from the caves below Old Crestwood. Darkspawn flooded it 10 years ago during the Blight. Wiped out the village, killing the refugees we took in.
¿Drenar el lago? ¿Drenar el lago?
I saw a dam. If we use it to drain the lake, I can get to that Fade rift.
Drain the... There must be some other way.
Your people are frightened, and they're tired. Let us help.
You'd have to evict the bandits in the old fort to use the dam. I can't ask you to risk it.
Bandidos, por favor, por favor.
Crestwood can't last much longer. I don't want to leave without doing what I can.
I suppose it must come to this. This key unlocks the gate to the dam controls past the fort. The rift must be in the caves under Old Crestwood. But, Inquisitor, I would not linger there.
Tell me about your village.
It's seen happier days. We farm what we can, trade with the merchants who travel the King's Road. We only want peace, Your Worship. It's all we've ever wanted.
I'm surprised a town as small as Crestwood outlasted the Blight.
It was a close thing. The Darkspawn followed a band of refugees running from the Blight. Some of the refugees they were very ill. But we took them in. They perished when the Darkspawn flooded Old Crestwood.
How did Darkspawn manage that?
They found the dam's controls, wrecked them. All I remember is the refugees and villagers screaming as they drowned. And now, they return to us.
What can you tell me about the bandits camped in the fort?
The highwaymen, thugs and thieves. They make a living raiding caravans on the King's Road. When the dead rose from the lake, the bandits killed the old gamekeeper and the fort and took it for themselves. We could have saved people if we'd been able to hide there instead of in our homes.
Until later.
Of course.
Toma el castillo para llegar a la presa. Entonces, a ver cómo está la cosa. Aquí hace el abismo. Bueno, pues corto aquí y... Sí. Ya acto seguido iré para allá. Hasta luego.